and we're going to begin with one of the teams that was unable to move on with an undefeated regular season, that being the Hillsdale Falcons. They have not beat the Norwayne Bobcats in over a decade. They had to go on the road to Crescent tonight, and this was one heck of a game, starting with an A.J. Brown field goal. This boot from 38 yards, and they would take the lead early on the road, but Norwayne immediately responding. Getting loose is Chaz Maxwell. He will burst 44 yards, get ghost here in spooky season, 7-3. Falcons offense unable to do anything. The Cats take over. They slowly march down the field. Cam Hackworth punches the ball in, a 1-yard score. They increase their lead up to 11, but it's Hillsdale's turn. Kel Lewis from 1 yard out here on the quarterback keeper. Missed PAT. It's 14-9. The Norwayne offense, though, they remained red hot in the first half, able to get another touchdown right before the half off a sliding 2-yard catch here from Cade Leach. 21-9 at the break. Bobcats in control, but third quarter, nothing but defense. We fast forward you to the fourth. Hillsdale busted out some trickery. Kel Lewis flips to Owen Sloan, who throws it. Hayden McFadden brings it in, 3-yard touchdown. They convert the two. It is 21-17 at this point, but the Bobcats able to burn down some clock, making their way down the field. Falcons defense holds. They get a field goal, but Carter Miller keeping it a one-possession game. The throw deep here, 50-50 ball. It's intercepted at the end of the game, and that is pretty much how it would end. Hillsdale goes down 24-17. Norwayne are now your undisputed outright champs of the WCAL yet again. This is the second consecutive season that we've seen Hillsdale and Norwayne meet on the final day, week 10, and the Falcons cannot get the job done yet again. They still, though, have a great seeding that we're going to show you here in a second, but let's show you the WCAL final standings and how they ended up playing out. This is one of the best leagues that we had in North Central Ohio this year. You're talking about the cream of the crop up there in like the top 6 teams. Downton, obviously perennially a really good team, just went to a state final a couple of years ago. Smithville, very improved this year. You see even Rittman with 6 victories this season. The Falcons finishing 9-1, 7-0 though in the league for Norwayne, shaking off a bit of a slow start against some really good non-league competition. But they get the WCAL championship for a second consecutive year. As for the playoffs in Region 27 for the Falcons, they were the #1 seed to start the day. They already had it locked up regardless of what was going to happen tonight. And these are almost completely filled in. Hillsdale, though, is going to be the #1 seed. And I see Travis, he's making a lot of hand motions over there. Trav, what do you know about this region and Hillsdale locking in that top spot?
A lot tonight just to try and keep your voice somewhat because we got a district championship soccer match tomorrow. But coming into this week, Hillsdale had one thing to play for. They already locked up the 1 seed. It was the WCAL championship. They outscored Norwayne in the second half, but just was unable to do it. Now just you get a week to regroup, get ready. They are the 1 seed. You have a highlight later of a couple other teams, so I'm not going to really give it away yet who made it into the playoffs, but it's still, Joe Idle's still getting some scores in. Some spots are still to be determined, so we may have to come back to this region here later on in the show. But it is for sure the Hillsdale Falcons will be the #1 seed. We don't know the matchup for next week. That would be who they would play yet. So we do know Hillsdale's the #1 seed, but not going to get the WCAL championship this year.